City. Focus also will be on 3SC taking on Enugu Rangers. Enugu Rangers currently in Ibadan and trying to make sure they get 3 points past 3SC. 3SC not very comfortable at the bottom of the table, and they have themselves to blame actually, and they need to win this game so that they can creep out a little bit crawl out a little bit from the bottom three.
You're right. They have themselves to blame. 3SC at home, they've not been in imperial form the way they should be. Lost at home to Outland. Lost some points, drew against Sharks, for instance. Although you might credit them that they went all the way, midweek to get a result at Atland, but they've left it too little, too late, and it's. I'm afraid the way it's looking right now. If not that Wiki Tourist actually lost to Aimba midweek, 3SC will still have remained at the bottom of the log. But having said that, at home to Rangers, traditional teams that know how to play themselves, particularly in the 70s and early 80s, these were traditional IICC and Rangers, and now we are where we shouldn't be. Talking about 3SC, now they need to get 3 points. Akim Busai will be fired for this. All of their players, particularly
fired up or fired
up. Akim Busai will be fired up for this. I mean, they know they need to get all maximum points at home, and guess what? The teams coming to Ibadan, Rangers, I think Pillars, and then Eimba in that order. It's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. And then they'll go away to Nasarawa and Lubi, I think. So it's difficult for 3SC right now.
Okay. All right. Can we get to see the log right now as a slide on your screen now? But again, it's Eimba on top with 52 points, like we did say. Bayelsa second with 52 points. El Kanemi and Kano Pillars complete the top four with 51 points apiece. With 31 points between Kano Pillars and Eimba, they have outstanding games and they will be playing against themselves. And the venue will be Lagos. Fantastic. It's good to bring Daddy Brother game back to Lagos, so at least it would opportunity the fans of Lagos State to actually go ahead and see this game between Eimba and Kano Pillars. Bottom four, we have Nembe City, ABS, 3SC, Wiki Tourist. Nembe City, they want to leave that bottom four, but I'm sure everybody wants to leave the bottom four. So it's going to be difficult. I'm tempted to say these guys will probably battle for the last four to the last days. I mean, 5 more games after today.
It will be difficult for Nembe because Nembe go away to Wiki, and Wiki also at bottom of the league at this point in time. So it's tight all through. Like you mentioned, 3SC have Herculean task. Playing their last 6 games, we know they'll be entertaining Kano Pillars in Ibadan, knowing the fact fully well that Kwara United, Heartland have gone to Ibadan to pick points. Eimba and Kano Pillars will definitely want to pick points because they want to win the league. So it's pretty difficult for all the teams at the bottom four at this moment in time.
All right, the games will be played 4 o'clock today, 4 p.m. Across all the centers that we did show you now, and we expect to see fantastic games, no doubt. And again, just like Ken said, Federations Cup finals took place last week Sunday. We were on ground to actually see the game. It was interesting. It was interesting to see Eimba. I mean, a lot of people were tempted to give it to Eimba. They did give it to Eimba. Warri Wolves also, people were passionate about the fact that Warri Wolves have been fantastic. This was the first time they were going to be playing in the finals of the Federations Cup. They went there, proved themselves. Unfortunately, they lost on penalties.
They did. The negatives for me, Eimba didn't come to the party in the first half. CB Gua was a little bit off, came off. Joshua Madabuchi came in. Ding Dong Affair, Wolves scored first. Eimba equalized. Fantastic goal by SMA. I'm sure he will be in Chan Nations Cup. And then Warri Wolves scored. And Wadegu actually scored a fantastic free kick. I'm sure that guy will be in China as well. Chinedu Doji, fantastic with his partner Femi Thomas in goal. It was brilliant to see. And then Azubike Egweke, unfortunately, missed that. And Musa Najere came after the game to lament that the fact that Governor Udwahan, the governor of Delta State, had promised them vacation in France and a car, and they missed that courtesy of that. It was bitter, so we can actually imagine.
But there's always the next edition. There's always the next year. So I mean, see if we can secure that. Hopefully, the good governor will be trying to keep his promise. Should he do well that time again? But again, Group A, that's where the Super Eagles Champ tournament. The Super Eagles that were participating at the Champ tournament who were playing. They were playing against the likes of South Africa, Mali, and Mozambique. That's Group A for the Champ tournament that will take place in South Africa. In January. South Africa, Mali, Nigeria, Mozambique. Group B, we have Zimbabwe, Uganda, Burkina Faso, and Morocco. Group C, we have Ghana, Libya, Ethiopia, Congo. Group D, we have DR Congo, Gabon, Burundi, and Mauritania. That's where it is. That's what it is. Nigeria playing South Africa, Mali, and Mozambique. Moving on, that's where you have a Group C and Group D are the other groups that complete the Chan tournament that will take place in that will take place in South Africa next year. All right, moving on, we'll go straight to the English Premier League. The English Premier League saw so many interesting games yesterday. However, the focus will be on tonight's game, or this evening's game. It's a Super Sunday, so we like to call it. It's the game between Manchester United and Manchester City. Manchester City playing at home. But the beautiful thing is, when these guys play, there's no home or away. There's really no advantage, because the away team most times actually pick points of the home team. But let's look at the results of yesterday's games. Norwich lost 0-1 to Aston Villa. Liverpool played 0-1 with Southampton. Newcastle United played 2-3 with Hull City. West Brom 3-0 over Sunderland. West Ham played 2-3 with Everton. And Chelsea, with Mikel Obi getting his goal for the first time in 7 years. His first Chelsea goal, actually, at senior level. And he's getting Chelsea got 2-0 over Fulham. I'm going to allow you pick a game and analyze, please.
The Chelsea-Fulham game was going to be very, very difficult for two.
It
was always going to be difficult for so many reasons. It's a London derby, 1. 2. Also, Mourinho's team, they've been on a winless streak for 4 matches. They lost against Basel, lost against Munich. So they've not been very, very consistent. And coupled with the fact that Johan Mata has not been able to break into this team, so many people have been complaining, particularly Chelsea fans, that what did Jose Mourinho up to? But I think he was able to shut up so many critics yesterday. Oscar scored a fantastic goal and justified why he had to be the guy who played number 10. And then Mikel Obi, he did his magic, half volley, fantastic. He took his goal very, very well, and that was brilliant for us to see. Actually, that's not his first goal for Chelsea, but that's his first English Premier League goal. Exactly. He scored the FA Cup against Macclesfield Town. So it was beautiful for Mikel Obi to score. And people have come out to say, if Mikel Obi can score after 7 years, if Aaron Ramsey can be consistent like this and scoring, if Victor Valdes can save 2 penalties back to back, it means a team like Arsenal can actually win the EPL. It means Nigeria can win the World Cup. So things are actually just turning around, and we are seeing things that we are not used to happen.
Arsenal can definitely win the EPL, but we don't know how soon they intend to win the EPL. But quickly, let's talk about Liverpool losing 0-1 to Southampton. They lost at home to Southampton, and people are already beginning to grumble that Liverpool, their inconsistency back, the being inconsistent is actually coming back again to the fore.
I don't think so. They played against a very good Southampton team. Southampton came prepared in that game, and they ran Liverpool ragged. I think Liverpool missed a creative edge in that game, and that is, I'm talking about Philippe Coutinho. Coutinho was missing in that game, and they lost a little bit of that creativity. They tried filling in players there. Alberto came in and tried to do his best, but nobody actually caught it as Coutinho would have done it. So unfortunately, they lost Coutinho through a shoulder injury against Swansea City. So Moses played, Gerrard, everybody tried, but Southampton were so determined. Pochettino has done a very, Mauricio Pochettino, the coach of Southampton, has done a very good job playing, Osvaldo and Lambert up front. It's just massive. They are massive force. Against any defense in the EPL, they will trouble anybody. So it's a good win for Southampton. Not, I don't want to discredit them for that win. They dug in and they got it.
All right, quickly, we need to start rounding off on the segment now, but we'll take a look at the games that we played today. We did say it's going to be Super Sunday by 4 p.m. It's Manchester United, Manchester City, but other games, there will be 2 games, right about 1:30, and we'll have to see Arsenal take on Stoke and Crystal Palace playing host to Swansea City. These are games that we expect to see some level of fireworks. Arsenal will be looking at the opportunity of going back. Tottenham also will be looking at the possibility of going back on top of the table. They get to play against Cardiff City away. So let's look at the Stoke City versus Arsenal. Stoke City played 0-0 with Manchester City about a few days ago. They get to play Arsenal. I'm sure they're high on confidence going into this particular game.
Yes, they will be very high on confidence. Kieran Jones firing on all cylinders. It troubled Joe Hart last weekend, but you expect that once they come to Emirates, they've not got a win in Emirates in about 30-something years, and you expect that it will be same for Arsenal. Arteta is back. Bentner will be on the bench, but it's going to be about those on the pitch, particularly Ozil and Giroud, who have been who were good. Aaron Ramsey is also a factor as well. You expect that Arsenal will roll over Stoke.
Right. It will be almost impossible for Stoke to go there and pick a point. You know, in the last EPL, 5 EPL games in Emirates, Arsenal have won all that game. Talking about the Manchester United derby, it's going to be a very tight one. You know, City, a very good defensive side when it comes to the EPL. Since 2012, they've kept the most clean sheets. That is about 21 clean sheets, and they've scored in 52 consecutive matches. Though the record still stands with Manchester United with 66. So it's going to be a very interesting game for me. Looking at the key players for this one, I'll be looking at Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney has been involved in about 40 goals for Manchester United in about 44 games without scored or assisted. So it's going to be very, very exciting game for me. Mario Fellaini has won 5 games against City. That is the most he has done against any team in the EPL. So confidence is oozing
Manchester
Their
United.
confidence is oozing, and United have won 3 of the last 4 games against Manchester City. But you know, City comes with a lot of package this season. They bought fantastic players from Jovetic to Negredo to Jesus Navas and Fernandinho. They'll put these guys, and all of them might play in today's game. But the Manchester derby might just go anywhere. But
okay, all right. If you get a look at the log, it's Chelsea on top with 10 points, Liverpool second with 10 points, and Arsenal